It was an absolutely gorgeous afternoon in Kansas City, where we come to you now from Kauffman Stadium for the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physiak. This is Rex Hudler, and the Yankees come to town with a record of 28-12. They've been playing great baseball, and Hud, the story is when they score first, they're an absolutely dominant team.
They certainly are. In the Royals' dominating years they had in years past, they always scored first, and when they did, they had the bullpen to back it. Same goes with the Yankees. Be careful. Royal starters have had an issue this year so far early of giving up some early runs to the opponents, and this is a dangerous team. You can see the Yankees are 21-3 when they score first, so you've got to be able to have a way to shut them down. Numbers are important, but still, this tells a big story right here about the Yankees. They're a little bit rusty. They haven't played a lot of baseball lately this week. Maybe the Royals can take advantage and score first themselves.
Well, they indeed welcome the Bronx Bombers. That means Stanton and Judge. That's a lot of power, and Jake Junis is going to have to calm that down. We'll talk more after this.
Wicks here. This one is gone. A 2-run home run for Aaron Judge.
Fizz and Hud back with you at Kauffman Stadium. And Rex, when you take a look at that New York power, it goes all the way back to the days of Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, and today we have Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, they're busy setting records already this year. We knew in the offseason when they acquired Stanton that it was going to be big to go along with this young man right here. Unanimous Rookie of the Year last season, runner-up in the MVP. I mean, Sanchez, all these guys. First quartet of Yankees with 10-plus home runs in 40 games. Call the cops, man. You better keep the ball down and hope that they hit the ball in the infield.
and that means Jake Junis must keep his sinker slider down. It will be Jake Junis against CC Sabathia, and Joel and Monty will have their story when we come back.
Under 7.5 minutes, and he has been a Royal stopper in his short career. KC 11-4 when Jacob pitches following a loss. Joel Goldberg, Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. Jacob struggled at Yankee Stadium last year. He's a different pitcher right now, and he gets them here at home. But we know how good this Yankees lineup is. What's the key?
Yeah, I think if you look at this Yankees team, a few years ago they were the Baby Bombers. They're now once again the Bronx Bombers. So I think for Jacob Junis, keep the ball in the ballpark. On the season, 13 of the 20 runs he's given up have been via the home run. So you have to find a way to keep these guys in the ball yard. If you do that, you got a chance. And I think that'll be a real key for Jacob Junis tonight.
And on the other side, CC Sabathia, and Sabathia tied for the most wins by a visiting pitcher ever here at Kauffman Stadium. How do you get to him?
I think don't try to do too much. He'll really trick. He doesn't throw hard like he used to, but he can pitch. You have to keep the line moving. You have to string together a bunch of hits, put together multiple hits in an inning, find a way to scratch some runs across that plate.
Well, good to have everyone in the house, all those Yankees fans that came from as far away as Manhattan, Kansas, and other places from the area. Fizz and Hud have the first pitch coming up next.
Ford, going further so you can. By Missouri Lottery, every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand of the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. Here at Kauffman Stadium, it's game one between two old rivals, the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. The first of a three-game series. Jake Junis must keep it down to slow the Bronx Bomber offense. The first pitch is next. An absolutely perfect evening for baseball. Steve Physiak, Rex Sudler, Joe Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery with you. Temperatures in the mid-80s here in Kansas City. We come to you from Kauffman Stadium, where Jacob Junis will face a Yankees batting order that looks like this. You have speed at the top, then the power. Judge, Gregorius, Stanton, Sanchez, all with 10 home runs or more. Then more speed guys with Hicks and Walker and Andujar and Torres. Two young guys at the bottom of the order, very strong.
Pretty nice mix of young and old. Jake Junis gets to start this three-game series out. The Royals are really counting on him. Do the best you can to hold the Bombers down in the first inning and increase your chances. Don't let them on board first. 219 opponent average. He's been good. 55% fastballs, sliders, 36. Okay, that's his main mix. He's going to strike guys out with his slider. 93 of his 125 career strikeouts have been on that pitch. Our forward around the horn Royals defense. Soler in right. He's been pretty spectacular at times. Almonte in center. He's going to track him down. And out there's Gordon in left. Moose, Escobar, Merrifield, Dozier around the horn. Back to Salvador Perez, who's having a really good season this year throwing runners out.
And now Junis taking on an offense that averages close to 6 runs per game. They're tied for third in the American League in home runs with 58. Brett Gardner has had a slow start, but he is one of their leaders. First pitch by Junis is upstairs, and Jake might be amped up a little bit more. And as you know, Hud, with that sinker slider, when he misses, he's got to miss down.
Yep, that's going to be important. Keep this a mashing team. They really crush. Even though this is a great ballpark to pitch in because the dimensions here, 387 in the gaps, 410 straight away, tall walls. I mean, it's not easy to hit homers here.
Junis usually has outstanding command. He falls behind Gardner 2 balls and 1 strike, but he has walked just 11 batters this year in 51 innings. Gardner skies that one in the air right side. Long run for Soler, and Jorge gets there right on the line. 1 out.
That'll work. It's important. Communication. You got to call all the guys off. Soler did. Merrifield wanted it.
Now we'll see the unanimous Rookie of the Year in 2017, a season when he belted 52 home runs, and he's rebounded this year for a good sophomore campaign with 11 home runs and 35 RBIs. The 35 is good for 5th in the American League.
Got to be careful where you pitch him. Okay, runs scored. He's right up there at the top. RBIs, walks. How about that? That's impressive. On base percentage, 441. Has a great idea about the strike zone. That's for sure. But he does have 56 strikeouts. That is going to be a weakness for him always in his career. He might get better.
Moustakas, nice backhand. Throws out Judge, 2 down.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you'd love that. If you're a fielder, especially over there in that hot corner, ball comes up, you have plenty of time to read it after a exit velo like that. Moose took the nice little candy hop. It's important that these Royals are airtight. You can't give the Bombers an extra out at all. They've got to be airtight on defense.
And you talked about the importance of silencing them in the very first inning, because the Royals have had a rough time in the first inning the last 7 games. Gregorius going through a slump. 1 for his last 38. And this was a guy who had that incredible start to this season. They'll defend him with 3 infielders in the right side. Moustakas on the left. Slider misses outside, but Gregorius was the April Player of the Month, hitting .330 with 10 home runs. He's yet to go deep in May.
Oh, you know what? He's having a month that a lot of players have. He's hitting the ball hard. His hit rate in April was 36% of balls hit hard, and now this month he's at 33%.3. So he's not getting his hits. And one thing that he is doing more of that he didn't do in April, and that's hitting a lot of balls on the ground. His ground ball rate is way higher than it was in April. He was getting underneath balls, and in Yankee Stadium, if you get underneath, a pop-up goes out to right field. So there's a big difference now.
And it's not like he's going for home runs. The last 2 years he has been a power hitter. 20 home runs in 16, 25 last year. Fouled off. Junis left that fastball up. The Royals right-hander has been very good, though, at breaking a Kansas City losing streak, and the Royals have lost 5 in a row. In the air, center field, playable for Almonte. 3 up, 3 down. Good start for Kansas City and Jacob Junis. When we come back, Whit Merrifield, Jorge Soler, and then Mike Moustakas will come up. One of the hottest Royals will start things for Kansas City. It's Whit Merrifield to be followed by Jorge Soler, but Whit with a 10-game hit streak. Then Soler, Mike Moustakas, and Salvador Perez. John May hitting .390 in the month of May. John Jay, and then Hunter Dozier, Gordon, Escobar, and Almonte.
John J. May. Jay. Stay hot. CC Sabathia, he's a beast. Look at him. He's not only physically tough, but he's smart now. He's pitching a lot more in his career now. He's a little bit older, but he has a cut fastball that's just dangerous in on righties. Slider, fastball, regular fastball, straight one, changeup. And he knows how to work it. He's been pretty successful in his career. He's had a long one. Righties are only hitting .233 with 3 homers off him this year. Left-handers 182 with 1. He's good.
Yeah, there was a time he averaged 95, 96 miles an hour. Merrifield goes after the first pitch, drives it deep to center field. That's a way back, and it's up against the wall, and that is an 11-game hit streak for Whit.
Wow, impressive. That's how you do it when you have a hit streak. Get it done in your first at bat. You don't have to worry about it the rest of the day. There's a nice little get me over breaking ball there. Looked like could have been a cutter. That's probably what it was, but it stayed out in the middle. And it was interesting to see. Center fielder was really working on the way back. Aaron Hicks did a good job of tracking it, and he kept it in front of him. Had the ball kicked by him, that'd have been 3 bags at least, maybe more. But Hicks did a good job of keeping it at his feet.
Now Jorge Soler. And he takes strike 1.
That cutter in the middle that Whitley hit is what you want. Once CC gets his rhythm and gets in his groove, he'll be burying that pitch in on the right-hander's hands. Likes to break bats, even at that velocity. It's not overpowering. 88 to 90.
Rex, do you think he'll go with more cut fastballs than 4-seam fastballs to a right-handed batter like Soler?
That's what he likes. He likes to bury the cutter. And so far this year, 36% cutters and only 15% regular fastballs. And he's facing right-handed dominated lineups. So yeah, he's going to come in on him.
Well, it came in twice on Soler, and both times Sam Holbrook, the crew chief, called it a strike. So 1-2. And Jorge, you see what he has done in the American League. Ranks this year versus left-handers 11th at .372, a high on-base percentage, but he is down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the veteran CC Sabathia.
CC knows the situation with nobody out. Some hitters might be thinking to get the ball over to the right side and move the runner to third for less than 2, but not with Soler. Soler's had so many good swings and doubles down the left field line this year. 13 doubles that leads the Royals. They go ahead and turn on it. He's been quick inside.
Pops it into shallow right, and Jarrett Judge will make the catch, so no opportunity to advance Whit from second base to third.
That's not what he wanted to do there. Brett Gardner's in left field. Aaron Hicks, he's a good center fielder. You can play him anywhere, really. Aaron Judge, same thing. Big man, he can play center. Neil Walker's at first base, good infielder by trade, got soft hands. Torres, a young, good-looking second baseman, and Didi Gregorius taking over for Derek Jeter a few years ago. He's in his 5th year now, Didi is, and he's gaining some big respect in New York.
Well, after the start he had, it was unbelievable. People were saying, will this be the guy who wins the MVP? But then suddenly cold in the month of May. Now Moustakas. Mike has seen plenty of Sabathia. 12 times up, 2 hits and a home run. This year he has 10 home runs and leads the team in RBIs as well with 30.
Why not?
Not a whole lot of wind at Kauffman Stadium tonight. And that's that good off-speed pitch that he throws, the slider, which is his second best pitch. He'll throw that 35% of the time, more to left-handed batters than righties. Man, they have Gregorius almost directly behind the pitcher. Witt goes. Pitch taken. Throw to third. Safe.
Whitley, nice job. Good job. He's able to look at 3 or 4 different pitches. So he was able to gauge CC. You could see he got quite a good jump over there. Nice throw by Sanchez. And Whitley just beat it. Now he's over there with less than 2. Left side of the infield's coming in. Interesting to see Didi Gregorius is playing right behind CC Sabathia, the pitcher. See at the bottom of your left hand there.
Moose takes a breaking ball low, and the count goes his way, 3-1.
It's the 10th steal for Whitley. Wanting to score early.
Big swing by Moose on a 3-1 count, and he misses on the slider. So that's 2 that he's missed in the slider, and Sabathia doesn't have to give in here with 2 bases open.
No, and you know what? Moose can now just go to hitting. He's an outstanding all-around hitter now. He can hit the ball anywhere he wants to. Get the run home. That's what he wants to do.
He takes off the plate, ball 4.
Nothing wrong with that either. Okay, now it's really important that Salvador Perez doesn't go up there and try to pull CC, because the Royals have had issues with grounding into double plays. He wants to keep his hands inside the ball and think right center so he doesn't roll over to the shortstop.
And Perez leads the team in grounding into double plays. He's done that 7 times this year.
Yeah, and it's so important that they have an opportunity to get ahead of the Yankees. When the opponents score first on them, the Yankees record is 7-9. We talked about it in the open. When the Yankees score first, they're 21-3. So get the lead on them.
Breaking ball low, and so you were a right-handed hitter, Hud. If you're in this situation, where are you looking for the ball from Sabathia where you will swing?
I'm going to look middle away, and I know that he throws a lot of cutters inside, so I'm going to move up on the plate, and when the ball comes in, I'm going to take those pitches. I don't want those in there. And then unless I get with 2 strikes, I'm going to think that way to keep me from rolling over into a double play.
Broken bat blooper, the shallow center, and it's dropped, and here comes Merrifield, and the Royals take the early 1-0 lead.
Okay, they'll take a break there. Now they wouldn't have doubled up anybody because the runners were freezing. Whitley was going back to third base, and he was going to tag on that, and he could have made it with his speed. Whenever the second baseman is running full speed like that, he's got to be able to catch the ball, stop it, and his momentum and throw it away home. Whitley probably would have tried to score had he caught it anyway. That would have been pretty interesting to see a 150-foot sac fly.
We've seen it in the past with the speed that the Royals have had in the past, and guys like Gore and Dyson, and the aggressiveness that they've displayed. Now it's John Jay, who has a 9-game hit streak going, hitting .390 in that span, hitting .397 in the month of May.
Yankees, they got the book on him, playing him straight up in the infield pretty much.
That will roll to the right side. Glaber Taurus underhands to the shortstop Gregorius covering, but the Royals take the lead. The fielder's choice by Perez. whole team together. Well, the Bombers really exploded on April 21st. They were 9-9. Since that time, they've won 19 of 22, averaging close to 6 runs per game.
Well, they got it going on. They got a lot of pieces. Pretty strong bullpen. Got some good starters, and their offense is one of the best in baseball.
And the Royals will see 3 of their best starters in this one in Sabathia, Severino, and Gray. There's a strike thrown by Jake Junis. Retired the side in order, now facing Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo was the National League MVP last year, but with Miami, a team that not much was expected. You come to New York, great expectations. A little bit low, 2-1. But a big man at 6'5", 6'6", and about 235 pounds, built like an NFL outside linebacker.
He's a strong ball player, that's for sure. But you know, when you go from an organization and a career where you haven't played very many meaningful games to the Yankees, that's a big difference.
How about that? Jake Junis staying with that slider, strikes out Stanton. Let's go to Joel.
All right, Viz, thank you very much. It's a little bit of a homecoming for Aaron Boone, and he had been here as a broadcaster before, but he was telling me that as a teenager, when he would finish up high school, he would come here and hang out for a couple of summers when his dad, Bob, was finishing up his playing career in '89 and '90. Aaron Boone telling me that '89 team was one of the most fun teams he had ever been around. Imagine being a teenager in high school. He says, and I got a chance to hang out with Saberhagen and Brett and Bo and Tartable, Gubazov, Frank White, Jim Eisenreich, Kurt Stillwell, Willie Wilson, Jeff Montgomery. He started rattling all of them off, and he said, man, I am getting chills just talking about it. I love this stadium. I have great memories. And then he said, I'm pretty sure that Flash Gordon, as a young guy, after batting practice before the game, used to make me sandwiches in the clubhouse, and we would sit there and hang out. Some great memories for the now manager of the New York Yankees.
And he hit a big home run in the World Series years ago. Aaron Boone now the manager, and Gary Sanchez facing the Royals' Jacob Junis. Junis comes inside, grabs a strike.
That's right where Junis wants to pitch Sanchez. Lower part of the strike zone. Has just an .062 average on low fastballs this season. That's second worst in Major League Baseball. Keep her down. Make him lift it. Don't help him by elevating.
There's that slider, and Sanchez does not bite. And I would imagine Jacob's dad, Jody, is on the edge of his seat, because I saw Jody at spring training when we first met, and I said, where did Jake get his cool composure? And he goes, well, not from me. I was a nervous wreck watching him pitch even as a little leaguer.
Yeah.
That barely missed inside.
Could have been. Tip the top upper part of the strike zone there. Good spot. That's when you might hear somebody from the dugout say, hey, don't give up on it, Sam. Come on now. How about?
Swings and misses, and Junis with back-to-back strikeouts of sluggers Stanton and Sanchez.
Like the late break. It's a teaser. Sanchez wants to hit. It looks hittable until the last minute. The bottom falls out of it. Nicely done.
Well, this 25-year-old right-hander from Rock Falls, Illinois, really has been the Royals' most consistent starter, and though he's only in his second year in the big leagues. Strike called. Last Saturday, I thought he pitched very well in a loss to Cleveland 6-2. Gave up 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1 to Aaron Hicks. There are those numbers against Cleveland, but the Tribe, the third time through, got to him after he pitched so well. First took 2 times through the order. Barely outside.
Junis is doing a good job to try to keep the ball away from Aaron Hicks, who loves to pull the ball against right-handers. You can see how they're swung over the Royals defense. It's all swung over. 87% of balls in play against righties have been pulled by Aaron Hicks. So look at there. That's exactly.
And that's why the Royals have 3 infielders on the right side. Moustakas alone on the left. That ball pulled and just by Dozier, who lunged into foul territory.
It's a good try. That's what you want to do. When you know a guy loves to pull the ball, you're gonna do your best you can to put your defense over there in the modern day shifting that they do now, over shifting. And Junis was trying to stay away from him early in the count. Now it's 3-2. Be interesting to see. Probably maybe slider down. Let's see, or fastball away.
Ooh. Goes fastball away, and it's knocked to center field. So a speed guy is on, and Hicks.
He wanted it away, but it ended up middle, and that happens. That's what hitters wait for. 3-2. Hitters a little bit aggressive. He wants to swing the bat, and if he gets one down the middle, that's what he does. Especially at this level.
Hunter Dozier making another start after being called up from the minor leagues because of the injury to Lucas Duda, who was on the disabled list because of plantar fasciitis. That ball hit to the right side, fielded by Witt. They should do it. Jacob Junis with a couple of strikeouts in the second inning. Got Stanton, got Sanchez, and we are through 1.5 at Kauffman Stadium. Royals lead it 1-0. Lead on CC Sabathia. If the Royals hit a triple in tonight's game, the Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the Kansas City Major League Baseball Urban Youth Academy. Well, the kid will get the start here in inning number 2. Hunter Dozier. Check swing foul off, and it's strike 1. The rookie from Stephen F. Austin, Royals first-round pick in 2013. We thought he would bust onto the scene last year after having an excellent 2016 campaign, and he hits this one high in the air and deep to left center field, driving Brett Gardner way back, and Dozier got a lot of it, but not deep enough to left.
Too bad. Man, Dozier, that's the closest he's come to his first big league homer. It had plenty of height, but too much height. As you can see, Hicks, it surprised him that Gardner was there. And see, they're both calling for it. Actually, I don't think Gardner heard him. I didn't see Gardner calling for it. Center fielder has priority, but they're lucky there that nothing happened and the ball didn't drop. But Dozier, good swing on CC. He just gets a little bit more on top of that ball, an eighth of an inch. He's in the home run book.
Yeah, we've had two well-struck balls early off Sabathia. The long drive, which resulted in a double by Merrifield, and that smash by Dozier. Now Alex Gordon. He's faced Sabathia the most, as expected, 33 times. These two have locked horns, and Alex has only been able to collect 6 hits. The 1-1 is fouled off. And Sabathia, even though he's lost velocity, still has dominated left-handers. Lefties only batting 182 against him this year. Right-handers 233.
Yep, he understands exactly what he wants to do, and he hasn't been making mistakes. Hard in, breaking balls away off the plate, but there it is again.
Came in with that two-seam fastball, and Gordon with a couple of words to Sam Holbrook, but then walks back for strikeout victim of CC Sabathia.
Well, I'm with Alex. Falls in. That's inside. If CC gets that pitch all night, ooh man, especially on lefties, I have a hard time.
Now Alcides Escobar hitting .235, but looking for his first extra base hit this month.
Well, it's a good thing Alex is the only lefty in the lineup. But the corners.
Moose.
Excuse me, yeah, Moose. The corners is where you want to work, whether they're left-handed or right-handed bats. The three, my bad. So
I love you.
Yeah, the corners is where you want to live, and if he's getting off the corners inside to the hitters, now the hitters have really got to be on the defense. They've got to hack.
0-2. Escobar sends it back up the middle past Sabathia, and that's a nice play by D.D. Gregorius to throw out Escobar. That does it for the Royals. We head to the third. KC by 1. Teams have a lot of history, and you can take home a piece of unforgettable Royals history with the George Brett Pine Tar bobblehead giveaway tomorrow. The first 20,000 fans inside the gates will receive the bobblehead before watching the Royals take on the Yankees at 6:15. Buy your tickets now at royals.com/tickets. What a rivalry it was in the 70s when KC in New York would square off. And of course, there was that famous pine tar game where George debated Tim McClellan, and Billy Martin said there's too much pine tar high up on his bat.
Yeah, a couple things really stand out for me there. One was the energy, the emotion, the passion from George, and the other was Billy Martin. They all knew that the pine tar was it. They waited until he hit an important home run. It's hard when you know something on somebody to wait. That's the hardest thing. But they waited.
Come on, pine tar has nothing to do with power.
Right. Strategy, though. That's one of the greatest moments in history, I think.
Here's a young star, Miguel Andujar. They really like his future. 23 years of age, out of the Dominican Republic. He has a 7-game hit streak, 9 hits in that span.
That's a good-looking young hitter. Got good bat speed. Good, easy swing. He's got quick hands. The things that Scout looks for now. He has power, but it's pull power, and that's kind of typical for a young player that's strong.
Let's see if Junis throws that slider, and it's hit to short. Escobar will throw out Andujar. 1 out.
Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save.
Now another young phenom in Glaber Taurus. They were able to get him in a deal with the Chicago Cubs. And they traded their big left-hander, who's now back with the ball club as their closer. Swing and a miss by Glaber Taurus, just 21 years of age, out of Venezuela. Much like you talked about with Andujar, they play him to pull.
And when you're young like that, you know, you want to pull the ball. It's a natural tendency because that's kind of what got you here with doubles, power, speed, and you're one-dimensional type of hitter early. But then you'll learn how to adjust as the league adjusts to you.
And he knocks a base hit to left field. Well, Hud, you talked about getting to the right place at the right time. He's the first position player since 1900 to start and be on the winning side in 16 of his first 17 games.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at he doesn't overstride. He's got a very nice balance to his swing. Little top hand takeoff. Great future ahead, no question about it. That's that's a compliment to scouting and, and trading like they did. And that's exactly what you're looking for. I mean, they're going to control him for a long time.
One on, one out for Brett Gardner. Popped up to right field his first time up.
He's grounded into a couple of double plays. Jake has only induced 2 ground ball double plays. Gardner hustles. That's the one thing. You know, they talk about Gardner as being the leader on the team and has the most time and much as a Yankee. But the one thing that he does that he can control is his hustle. Hustles hard all the time. And that's a good reputation to have. You get a lot of players and teammates that will follow your lead.
Pops that one to right field. Soler under it. Makes the catch. Torres back to first.
Might be in the seats in New York.
You're right. It's almost like a softball field at Yankee Stadium. There are home runs we've seen hit in the power alley in New York that wouldn't even make it to the warning track here.
No.
Judge doesn't need a small ballpark.
Surely not. he missed with one there. That's where Judge likes it. He pulls the ball. He'll go to right field. He accidentally hits homers. He's so strong. But you know, when you have the highest exit velocity, that means that you're not missing a lot of balls. And so he has such a good eye. He only hits the ones that he wants to. I mean, he swings and misses a lot. We talked about the strikeouts, but he's a very strong young man.
Once again, that slider had him out in front.
Jacob's taking a little bit of time tonight before he pitches, which is good. He's trying to, you know, make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes. If you make any mistakes, these guys here, they'll make him pay.
He usually works very quickly with a runner with speed at first base,
Slowing it down.
the ball. Check swing on another slider. 1-2. Judge is a guy you can strike out. He'll walk a lot, has a good eye, but he has struck out 56 times this year. Knocks it to short. Escobar. That'll do it. 3 shutout by Junis. Bob is a veteran of the Marines, has volunteered at the World War I Museum and Memorial for just 3 years and already has given 3,200 hours of service. Last year he was the top volunteer, having served 1,000 years of service in both 2017 and 16. In addition to his work with the museum, Bob has also spent years volunteering with the Midland Theater and American Red Cross, where he was the co-chair for the Greater Kansas City Chapter Disaster Services. You talk about a man who is willing to help others. How about Bob McSweeney?
Yeah, congratulations, Bob. Buck O'Neill would be really proud of what you're doing. Keep it up.
Semper Fi. Here is Abraham Almonte. Big swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Abraham playing more this week. He had a couple of starts in the Tampa Bay series, went 1 for 7.
A couple different approaches. We talked about it earlier. If CeCe's going to try to bury you in, but he's going to also try the backdoor slider. If you're looking middle away, you can jump on that pitch, and you can take the right field approach, or you can try to pull it.
He checked. Sabathia working him with all off-speed pitches, whether it's the slider or change-ups. Nothing fast to Abraham Almonte. little tease upstairs with the cut fastball. Fouled it off. And Sabathia with very good command, and he is a big man, 6'7", 300 pounds, but only 5 walks this year in almost 40 innings.
Yeah, if you talk to him and CC, he's very personable and a very classy guy. Has a lot of respect for those who came before him. He's a gentleman, and he'll tell you that he's learning how to pitch. He's having the most fun in his life, especially because he's healthy. Yeah, there's a rare walk right there. He'll take it.
Only the 2nd walk of the game, and the 7th this year. He walked Mike Moustakas in the 1st and now walked Almonte. Came in with just 5. He had walked nobody his last 18 innings. But a team that usually is very aggressive, patient, and a good start with Almonte. Good speed at first.
He's got 1 steal on the year. That's interesting. But you know, he's enjoying pitching. It's no fun when you're hurting somewhere, and he's gone through that. He's pitched hurt before many a time.
This is the guy that hurt him in the 1st inning. Merrifield with a double to dead center field, and then he would score on the misplay by Taurus, the 2nd baseman. They did get the fielder's choice at 2nd base, but Perez drove in Witt for the 1-0 lead.
If you're going to steal on CC, that's a nice lead. 12 feet. Just go on first movement. The minute he lifts up his foot. So that's the cutter there that Whitley hit his last time up, except it was in the middle of the plate. Started Whitley off with a slider, 78. But now with 2 strikes, you know, expect to see him go, because you know Whitley's a doubles extra base hitter. He can score him from first. There's no need to try to run into an out.
Almonte goes. The pitch is fouled off. And the Royals are really one of the better 2-strike hitting teams in the American League. Only Boston has a higher average with 2 strikes at 214. Royals at 193.
Reason why some managers may be a little leery to run is because they don't want to strike him out, throw him out possibility.
Sanchez made it close on Witt's steal of 3rd base in inning number 1.
He's done a pretty good job. He's thrown out 29% of runners. Actually, that's really good. Anything close to 30 is a great mark for any catcher, especially when you steal off the pitcher. He's got a good arm. Left-handers have a good move just looking at you. Slide step. Going to toy around now. Ahead in the count like that, he can do it. Trying to give Sanchez a little help in case he does steal. Sanchez looking at his scouting report on Whitley.
And that's a base hit up the middle. Almonte will race to 3rd. So Witt 2 for 2.
You could just see Yankee pitching coach Larry Rothschild having a big exhale there as his big fella wanted to catch this ball with his hand. And he's saying, nah, don't do that. But, you know, that's the competitor CC is, because that'll put you on the disabled list in a heartbeat. And it had enough to get through. Gregorius was playing it at double play depth, and Almonte took great advantage of that ball that wasn't hit all that hard. And Whitley, again, is 2-hit Witt.
Now Soler.
Take advantage. You get the big fella in another jam like this, don't let him up. Get the run home.
Almonte walked. Merrifield singled. In the dirt. They bluff a throw to 3rd base as Almonte was down that line.
Well, what's impressive is when you're hot, you're hot. That's Whitley's 7th multi-hit game in his 11-game streak. So he's multi-hit Whit. Two and 0 count. No need to go anywhere. See what the big fella can do here. Soler.
Strike called on the changeup.
Oh man, he wanted that when he got a little bit in a rush with his body, did Soler. He wanted to jump it. Sometimes though, look at how CC holds that ball in the back 3 fingers. That changes the speed. He pulled out just a little bit too quickly. Try to go back in there.
Ooh, he left it up. Soler has done some damage on both fastballs and changeups this year. Runners in the corners, nobody out. Witt goes. Pitch taken. Safe. Steal number 11 for Merrifield. It's a good eye by Soler too.
Yeah, Taurus is a little bit worried about Almonte on the possible double steal. Watch the second baseman coming in to catch this ball here. And Whitley's beat it. He's in front of the base. Torres. And that's his 4th career multi-steal game. Go ahead. Multi-hit and steal Witt.
Soler with a big swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch and strikes out.
Well, that's rare. You know, Soler's hitting 370 with runners in scoring position, but that's an excellent breaking ball. Good spot by CC. Moose, a 316 hitter with a runner in scoring position. That's what they need from him right here.
They're really playing Didi Gregorius, the shortstop, rather shallow on the edge of the infield grass.
Yeah, we haven't seen a team defend Moose like that this year. See all this area here. It's this incredible amount of area over there on the left side.
Base hit to the left side, scores 2. One ball, one strike. Innings 1 and 3 have been a grind for Sabathia.
Got to make him pay.
In the air, but not deep enough. Right on the edge of the outfield grass is Torres. 2 out. Royals had runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Strikeout and now a pop-up.
Yeah, I mean, you would like to be able to say, wow, what are our 2 best run producers doing? But let's not forget that CC Sabathia, he has the upper hand. He's executing some nice pitches on these guys. Soler and Moose, the 2 best of the Royals.
Now they need a clutch hit from Perez with the infield blank back. Shortstop back at his normal position.
Hitters and pitchers, tremendous competitors. Okay, now you'll say Soler and Moose will probably say, well, I got myself out. But look right here at the wrist. Line drive rate with runners in scoring position. Hardly at all is he giving up a hard hit ball. 2nd best in Major League Baseball. 7.4%. That means that he's executing the pitches he needs to at the right time. So you got to really hunt him out. He's not easy. See if Salvi can jump on one. Not quite a full-blown shift. Got a little bit of action over there at second base. Torres on the right side, the second baseman. Not quite full pull. Another 2-0 count. Let's see what CC wants to throw here. Cutters in, breaking balls down, change-ups away.
He went.
That's a good hitting count. So he got him to nibble. He knows Salvi will chase.
Almonte at third. He walked to lead things off. Merrifield singled him to third, then stole second base. Foul.
Ooh, man, I'll tell you what, not by much. Watch where this ball goes. It's just right to the left of the bag. A couple inches.
So now Sanchez and Sabathia get together to talk about the importance of this 2-2 pitch.
Well, he knows that Salvi's a little bit anxious because he hadn't had a lot of success recently. He's hitless in his last 12 games, so he knows that Salvi wants to hit. Last 12 at bats. Excuse me. And Salvi wants to get the Royals fans off of their seat.
3-2.
He also knows John Jay's hitting behind Salvi. First base open.
Perez, though, a good 2-strike hitter, hitting .308 this year with 2 strikes on him. And he will take the walk. Third walk issued by Sabathia in tonight's ball game. He came in with only 5 the entire year.
Well, like I said, first base is open. CC knows that he could give the Royals and Junis a big lead with 1 swing from Salvi, and he's got John Jay on deck. So he was being careful with Salvi and hoping that he could get him to chase. But credit Salvi for being patient. See if John Jay can utilize left field like he has been during his streak.
Strike 1.
Doing an excellent job, John Jay, of not trying to do too much. You know, and he knows that it's been 379 at bats without a home run. He knows that. He says, I don't want to hear it. I'm going to stay right on my game and go to left field here and stay inside the ball.
1 ball, 1 strike. You know, as long as John has played, as long as Sabathia has played, this is the first time they've battled.
Yeah.
Jay's spending a lot of time in the National League, understandably, but with Interleague, you would think that they had squared off before. CC throwing a lot of pitches in this third. On the 30th pitch, ground ball to Torres, who drops it. And Almonte will score. So Torres responsible for both Royal runs on mistakes. E4.
Okay, to just keep in mind that the Yankees have played 5, just a little under 6 innings over the last 4 days. They haven't been playing a lot of baseball. That really is a careless mistake that's happened because just maybe not in the groove. Now he bobbled slightly, and then to whiff like that, not even have a grip of the ball, that's a timing issue. So whenever you haven't played, the baseball is made to play every single day. And sometimes it affects the timing of the player.
Well, the Yankees were stuck at the airport in Dallas as their flight was delayed 12 hours because of hotels in the Washington area at or near capacity at such a late hour. The Yankees opted to spend the overnight either waiting in the terminal or on the plane itself. They did have a mechanical issue. There were storms in the area, but that's a long time to be waiting to get to Kansas City, and then they probably slept much of yesterday. They were delayed in D.C.
Now's when you make them pay for the mistake. Before, you wanted to get CC. Now
they took off from Dulles Airport at 9:30 in the morning on Thursday.
Hunter Dozier. Why not? Your first home run be a slam.
Ooh, he got a pretty good pitch at 89 miles an hour. May have been that cut fastball in on his hands.
That's exactly what that was. Hunter looking in there. He hit the last time up. He hit a shot that had a chance.
Again, tight.
I got the chance to talk to Hunter today about his approach on the veteran CC Sabathia. He's well schooled as Dozier. He says he's going to be coming in. He wants me to swing at that pitch inside. So he's done a good job, Hunter, so far, laying off a couple of tough ones in. He says he's trying to look out over middle away if he can.
Again, tight, just like you said. 3-1, no place to put Dozier.
Just amazing the information that's available in the modern game today. You know, with all the sabermetrics, video, the numbers that are out there for these players to study.
Held off. Visiting with his hitting instructor, Terry Bradshaw, I said, what do you want to see from Hunter now that he's been called up? He said, I want him to stay middle of the field. Just hit the ball hard, middle of the field.
Yeah. Terry Bradshaw knows what they're up against, a veteran like CC, but they're making him work.
This is Dozier's first ever plate appearance in the major leagues with the bases loaded. It comes against the Yankees and CC Sabathia. Just high, and that'll drive in a run. Good plate appearance by Hunter Dozier.
Oh, you better believe it. You kidding? A young player like Dozier wants to make a big swing on a big-time pitcher? Man, that is great plate discipline. Oh, most guys are swinging. Look at CC. CC had it like, oh, what do you mean? He's supposed to swing at that. Incredible. CC Sabathia, who doesn't walk anyone, already has his fourth walk.
Now Alex fouls it off, strike one. And a right-hander has already jumped up in that Yankee bullpen. Jonathan Holder.
Well, Brett Boone, he knows, obviously, and Rothschild's longtime pitching coach for the Yankees understands that it's not CC's night so far.
3 walks in this inning. That one was almost dug out. Well, had to be dug out by Sanchez and almost went back to the screen. Gordon with a good eye. He's walked 8 times this year. Once again, Gregorius almost directly behind Sabathia. Bases are loaded. Foul.
Wow. Look at this now. CC Sabathia, look at him against the Royals in his career. That 13 wins at Kauffman Stadium. loves pitching in this ballpark, and most pitchers will tell you they do. It's big.
And even during the Royal glory days when they went to back-to-back World Series in 14-15, he was strong. Last 8 starts against Kansas City, he's won 7 of them.
Too bad. Alex, we talked about him. Now he's faced him 34 times in his career. Just 6 hits, hasn't taken him deep. He would have liked to have that one back.
Just got out in front.
I think just keeping the line moving. That's what Monty was talking about in the Price Chopper pregame show. Monty was saying, hey, the key against Sabathia is if you can get a few guys out, keep the line moving.
Check swing. He went.
Oh, I don't think he did.
Ryan Blakeney did. The Royals do score 2, take a 3-0 lead.
Good inning, good patience.
Serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
And hats off to Hunter Dozier for a quality plate appearance to drive in a run. The bases loaded walk. And a really close pitch from Sabathia. Now he'll go back to first base and get ready to defend Didi Gregorius.
Man, that might be the at-bat of the game so far by Dozier.
Strike 1.
Nice to give Junis a little cushion. Of course, against one of the most powerful teams in the world, no lead is safe. Junis carefully executing his pitches against the Yankees.
John Jay in left. 1 out.
Early count-out's important. You can get a chance to stay in the game as long as you can. Eat up some innings.
Now Giancarlo Stanton, who he struck out first time up, starts him off with a slider up. Kia in the driver's seat. This guy's been tough with 2 strikes.
Sure has. Barry's that slider. But I like his glove. That close up there, beautiful. Rawlings did a nice job with that product right there, man. Blue laces fizz, got his name on it. That glove is styling. Check out Stanton. Unusual stance, pretty much. Big, full closed. They call that totally closed. There's a lot of hitting off of that front foot.
Knocks that one to third. Moustakas, quick toss. Oh, and it's not helped by Hunter Dozier.
I don't know if Dozier misread it or not, but it looked like it was a catchable ball. I don't know if it bounced. I don't think it did. Let's see. Moose is coming in, circles, gets rid of it quickly, and yeah, it was a short hop, and Dozier looked like he couldn't quite get up the baseline and getting it. No, it didn't. It hit off his glove. I thought it bounced.
They ruled it a hit. It's a very fine pitch by Jacob Junis. Now the always dangerous Gary Sanchez at the plate. He with 10 home runs this year, belted 33 last year. Goes after a slider and fouls it off strike one.
Yeah, you know, Fizz, this is the big leagues. Those are routine plays right there. So maybe that'll get changed later. We'll see.
In there, 0-2. One number that I thought was really interesting on Sanchez, he likes the ball up. He's only batting .062 on low fastballs.
Yeah. Hey, look. Keep him down there with 0-2. He wants to protect. If I could get him to roll over and do his 4th double play.
Merrifield will make the play at first base. And there's 2 out. Stanton into scoring position. And fans, join us in honoring the man responsible for recording the first hit in Royals history, Sweet Lou. Come to the Cave Sunday for your very own Lou Piniella vintage jersey presented by Papa John's. The first 15,000 fans through the gates will get a jersey before the Royals host the Yankees at 1:15. Get to your seats early for a special on-field presentation with Lou Piniella himself. Buy your tickets at Royals.com. I remember that game because I listened to Buddy Blattner and Denny Matthews while I was supposed to be doing my studies at Hawker Grove Junior High.
I can't wait to see Lou.
He went 4 for 5 that day, and fortunately for the boys in blue, Joe Keough had the game-winning hit in extra innings. Win over the Twins. I'll always remember that.
Lou Piniella was another hitting coach of mine, Fizz, in '84 and '85.
By the way, I got a D that year in math.
Shame on you. It'll be fun to see them. All of them, especially tomorrow night. The house at the K here will be full of ex-Royals greats.
Piniella, Otis, Leonard, Wilson, Saberhagen, Sweeney, Johnny Damon, Dye, Beltran, White, and of course the great George Brett will all be here.
Yep, folks want to get here early. Okay, get out here early. We know you love the tailgate. Get inside the ballpark, man, and give those ex-great players some love.
And why not have them back for a series with the Yankees? So many great battles in '76 and '77 and '78 and all the way when George went deep in '80 to get them their first American League championship. Strike in there, and it's 2-2.
Yep, the Yankees have a lot of respect. At least they did back then in those days.
As a matter of fact, in 1976, this was the first time that the Royals took over first place, and they would go on to win their first American League division title, winning the West. They beat Texas on this day back in 1976, 3-1.
Watch out.
There's that '80 American League pennant flag. George went deep at Yankee Stadium. I think I hit my head on the ceiling. I jumped so high celebrating. Aaron Hicks did get a base hit his last time up, but he is still in the midst of a slide. Just 3 hits in his last 22 times up. That's seen his average drop to near, well, right now it is at 216. He rolls that one to the left side. Escobar is going to have no play, first and third. Boy, they have had two very fortunate hits in this inning.
Yep, a little overshift there. Didn't work, but still, if you're Junis, you're not expecting Hicks to cue it. You see where Escobar is? Escobar's at the top of the screen. And that was a cue shot. Esky did well just to keep it right in front of him. That ball's got a lot of spin on it. You see how it's spinning? Lots of times it'll hit the leather of your glove and take off one direction. They could have scored a run.
Hicks might be going. He is 5 for 6 stealing bases. Neil Walker, the batter. Strike one. Neil, the veteran from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, got a chance to play for his home team, Pirates. Yankees needed him because of an injury to Greg Bird, their first baseman.
How about Greg Bird, man? Last few years, he's been hurt. Shoulder, foot, all kinds of stuff. Man, too bad for him. Promising talent.
Well, as we take a look at our KU health injury report, the University of Kansas health system, Jacoby Ellsbury, who always does damage against Kansas City, on the 60-day disabled list because of a right oblique strain. Career .357 in this ballpark. Teased him upstairs.
This is really big for Junis right here. Doesn't want to leave anything out over the middle of the plate. Walker knows how to hit. He's a veteran player with a runner in scoring position. 321. We showed you. He can rake, even with 2 strikes on him. Finish him off.
He does. A swing and a miss on a beautifully located slider that bent down and under the swing of Neil Walker.
Nice. Good location.
Is brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. And brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Pick your power, fuel, or battery with Steel. Search STIHL. And that is Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He threw it to Drew Buteri. You had a chance to visit with Patrick.
I did, and I was there when Drew met Patrick, and Patrick said, hey, look, I could throw 95, but it'll probably hit the backstop. I think I'll just give you a nice, easy pitch.
I don't know if you remember you and I broadcasting his dad's game when he was with the Minnesota Twins.
Well, sure. And I think I had a couple at bats off of his dad, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you did.
But, you know, LaTroy Hawkins, another Minnesota Twin and great reliever, is Mahomes' godfather.
I think you had a slow roller to short, Hut.
I don't know.
Memory
we'll have to have Boltsy look it up. I think I faced his dad before, Mahomes.
Yes, you did. Holtz is going to work.
Uh-oh.
0 for 1.
One time.
Hey, Holtzy, you're the best.
Yeah. Hey, it's just another 0 for. I'm not surprised.
That's Dave Holtzman, our associate producer, who's right next to us. He has this little chalkboard that he writes information on for us. Escobar to lead things off. It has been a rough go for Sabathia in the first 3 innings. Season high 4 walks, 3 in 1 inning. Gets Escobar down 1-2. And a swing and a miss and a very good breaking ball, and that's the 4th strikeout for Sabathia. Time for our sprint trivia. Name the 6 pitchers since 1969 to won 100 games for multiple teams. Now, Sabathia started his career with the Cleveland Indians and was outstanding.
Okay, let me just go over the rules with you.
Okay.
They might have changed since the last time.
No, because I've been on radio.
Right. So we can converse back and forth if we make sure we let that be known. Okay. But be careful if you throw a name out there, and because they might think it's a guess. We get 3 strikes and we're out. So are you going to guess CC?
No, I just wanted people to know that I'm Steve Physiak and I'm with the sheriff of the trivia police.
Okay, then
Rex Hudler.
I was going to give you that, but they always give us one on these hard questions. CC Sabathia is 1.
With Cleveland, with New York. Almonte rolls it to the right side, and he is the 2nd out.
Now, they're very reluctant, the truck is, to give us any hints, but they did last game, and it was a shoe-in. We won it, so I don't think they're going to give us any hints. But I would like to know if there's any Hall of Famers on that list there. Okay, I get it. Yeah. All right. So then I'm gonna guess Randy Johnson, because the unit pitched for a lot of different teams.
Obviously, with Seattle and maybe Arizona winning 100. What about the Rocket? Here is a swing and a miss. I'm sorry, I should have had that conversation.
Guess it. It might be right.
Swings and misses at the changeup.
If you want to guess it, Fizz.
Sometimes I just want to have a conversation with you about pitchers that you and I have seen in the past. We saw CC Sabathia his rookie season, 2001. 17 years ago, and he won 17 games that year, lost only 5, and he finished 2nd in the Rookie of the Year.
Let's do 98 miles an hour, 95 to 98. He was really something.
Unfortunately, he played his rookie season the same year that Ichiro Suzuki broke in, who won both Rookie of the Year and MVP.
Yeah, that's the wrong year to have a good year.
Exactly.
Whitley pulling all the off-speed pitches that CC's throwing, giving the ball boy down there some action.
The other day he had a quality at bat, and I'm trying to it was Sergio Romo, and it almost looked like he was looking slider first and then adjusting to the fastball. You think he's doing the same thing with Sabathia?
Yeah, he better not pull this one here.
Up the middle, his 3rd hit of the game.
3-hit whip. Stay hot. Like I said, you got a hitting streak going on, and you get that hit your first time up, the rest is gravy. And look at it, finding holes. Let's take a look at that again, courtesy of Mo Lottery. Okay, change up down. If he tries to pull it, he fouls it off, or he hits a little weak ground ball, but he kept his hands inside. Good little soft step with his foot. Nicely done.
Yeah, he has been the energizer for the Royals offense in this game. A double, a stolen base, then a run scored. Last time up, the single, the stolen base, and another run scored. Now Soler takes high ball 1.
CC doing a nice job on Soler tonight so far. Got him to pop up to the right fielder in his first at bat and struck him out in the third. He wants that cutter inside, I think Soler does. Whitley, you know, if you don't get a good read on where the ball is on a bouncer, you know, it's just play it safe. There's no need to run into an out at second base, especially with 2 outs and the meat of your order and your most productive hitters coming up. That was smart to stay there. Sanchez has a really good throwing arm.
He has worked Soler in with that cut fastball so often. Jorge didn't bite. Some of those June bugs are bothering Jorge. They were over at first base earlier, invading Witt's territory. Witt goes. Swing and a miss. And no throw. Third stolen base for Merrifield.
Fantastic job by Whitley to get a jump when CC lifted his leg. He has a slide step, CC Sabathia does, but see, when he lifts his leg up, he's 1.7, 1.57. Look at the stat cast. Look at that. Hey, Whitley, he's off to the races. Sprint speed, that's right. First to second, not wasting any time. Great jump there. Now, had he left on a slide step, CC is 1.3 home. That makes it tough. 1.3, anything over 1.35, if you have good speed, you can make it. But the catchers, they like that. That's a perfect time for a catcher, for his pop time. By the time he pops his glove, he throws down to second base. It all adds up.
He's gone from tied for 5th in the American League in stolen bases to 2nd. He's 12, just behind D. Gordon of Seattle, who has 15. Now let's see if Soler can get him home. Sabathia might be tiring. He left that changeup up. He's thrown 84 pitches in not yet 4 innings.
Working the big fella. He's listed, CC, 6'6", 300. Big man. 3-2 Soler. He's not afraid to take a walk. He's got 23 on the year. That leads the Royals. I think he wants to drive in Whitley.
To right field, on comes Judge to make a basket catch and take a run away from the Royals.
Wow, good play by Judge.
If you can't catch games on TV, you can stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. It's presented by T-Mobile. Here is Jacob Junis facing the bottom of the order, Miguel Andujar, Glaber Taurus, and then back to the top and Brett Gardner. Ball one. We've been discussing our trivia question about pitchers winning 100 games with 2 different ball clubs. I was thinking Mike Mussina, Yankee, and Baltimore Oriole.
It's a good guess. I think you should throw it out there. Oh, was that an official guess?
It's an official guess, yes.
Okay.
They have credited us with success on that one. What a smash to Moustakas. Nice play, stays with it, and throws out Miguel Andujar.
Moose handled that hot shot with no problem. Can't hit a ball any harder. Top spin. Moose turned that ball into a marshmallow.
Now Glaber Taurus, twice his defensive mistakes have cost the Yankee runs.
Yeah, you know, like I said, when you don't play baseball every day, there's going to be issues. It's going to show up somewhere. It might show up probably not with your pitching. It's definitely going to show up with your hitting, because it's all about timing this sport, and it will for defense. Those are the 2 areas that layoffs and not playing baseball will affect the most in a sport that's played every day.
Yankees have not played since Tuesday. And now a 3-1 count to Glaber Taurus. Not known for his patience as Junis. Good late fade in that last pitch. So now he'll be a little more aggressive. Guess not. That is his first walk.
Let's just show you a little bit of the layoff. Now, I'm not making excuses for the second baseman, Torres, but you know, this right here, this is a play that he'll tell you he could have made. And matter of fact, he started pulling off the ball before it even got to him. This one here, this is all about time. And that's just a little bit of rust is what that is.
It just seemed like he picked up a greased baseball.
Yep.
Slipped out of his hands, or was taking a shower and slipped the bar of soap out of his hands. Now Gardner, and he takes high, ball 1. This is the 3rd time through the order. And like many pitchers, they can struggle a bit 3rd time through. First 2 times through, opponents only bat 176 of Junis. 3rd time through, 327. Let's see what adjustments the Yankees made. That's 2 close ones, and I think Junis thought he had the call, but didn't get it.
It's okay. Main thing is to keep your composure and keep your focus and your tempo. All that stuff is good. He does good at that. Don't let the opponent see you sweat. Look at Gardner. He wants to do something.
And he does with the line drive base hit to right field.
Mo Lottery replay. When you fall behind, you got to come in. The hitter knows it. Got a cookie.
Two on, 1 out. Twice Judge has grounded out. Junis would love to see that here.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? He's grounded to 7.
Ball 1, falling behind.
Definitely don't want to fall behind Aaron Judge.
A 1-0 slider. Looked like Judge was looking for the fastball.
Yeah, look at how it just floats. It stays right there. That's super slow motion. It's so good. I mean, hitters wish that they could have that vision, surely. But for us viewers, it's really cool to see that. There you go.
He's ahead in the count.
Yeah. When he's ahead, that means that you're going to hit on his terms.
Ooh,
man, oh man. That's a good swing and miss there. Now Junis, he's got to find a way to miss down in the strike zone. And Judge, he's grimacing because he knows that was his pitch. Look at that. Short through the zone, but a big long backswing. Okay, good spot there. He tried to jam him, tie him up. 25-year-old Judge is 6'7", 282. Big man. Yeah. That's now he misses out a little bit over the plate. He's going to hit that, but that was a good location. Pitch him up and in, soft down and away. We've got to make it away enough because his long arms will get down there and he'll get extended.
Jacob right now at 81 pitches. In the air. Soler has a beat on it, makes the catch. The runners will not advance. Good throw by Jorge to the cutoff man, Alcides Escobar.
Nice job by Jake Junis. Let's show you a little pitch sequence here. See how he got the big man Judge out. Okay, there's a breaking ball in. He's going to try to go in, soft away. Look at that runner, little two-seam runner. That one was the one Judge wanted. See, you're going to get one in your at-bat, and there was two there, just couldn't get extended. Good job of changing speeds there by Junis.
Not out of the woods yet, not facing Didi Gregorius, their number 3 hitter. Didi was a monster against Kansas City last year, going 12 for 26. And he fouls off a pitch up. Strike one. Belted 2 home runs against the Royals last year, but both coming at Yankee Stadium. That short porch in right. In there, 0-2.
See if Junis can execute another pitch. Nothing too good.
To the right side, Merrifield. Nice play. 5 shutout innings by Jacob Junis.
Whitley made sure. Let's see if they can give him some more.
Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the iconic baseball movie The Sandlot. Free for all fans, the Royals will show The Sandlot on Crown Vision on Saturday, June 2nd, after they host the A's at 1:15. Fans can choose from 2 different theme ticket options for this day, both including an exclusive Sandlot t-shirt featuring all of your favorite Sandlot players. Visit Royals.com for more details. CC Sabathia begins his 5th inning of work. He had 1 clean inning. That was the 2nd. He has had 3 that have really taxed him. And right now he is at 87 pitches. He had over 30, facing 8 batters in the 3rd. And the Royals scored 2.
Let's get back on the trivia, Fizz. Go ahead. We talked about it in between innings. Give them your name you came up with. I think we got to show it.
Greg Maddux is one of the greats. I know he had obviously that number with Atlanta, but how long did he pitched twice for the Cubs?
Right, and he had enough.
Okay,
ding, ding, ding. That's an answer.
All right.
Thank you. You didn't want me to throw it.
Oh, I'm not saying I didn't want you to throw it.
Oh.
Did Torres' foot cut off? Nope. Apparently,
I thought he might have.
The first baseman, Neil Walker, was able to keep his foot on the bag, and Ned Yost wants to check it out.
And
hold up for a second.
Moose hustling through the bag again, looking for another infield hit.
Nope.
Okay, look at him. Moose is digging. Let's see if his foot stayed on the base. As Walker's doing a pretty good job.
Yep.
Yeah, he got it on there. Good hustle. Got jammed. Moose is feeling good.
Now Salvador Perez.
Okay, so we have, what do we have so far, Randy?
There's a drive deep to left. That's a way back, and that one is a way gone. Number 6 for Perez gives the Royals a 4-0 lead.
How about our Jeep drive of the game? Look at this. Center cut 83 right on his barrel. Nice little leg extension, soft foot, good line right there down the middle. He's got excellent balance there. Salvi, he can do it.
That was like it was hit out of a cannon.
Yeah, and it was high, and it was far, it was deep. You guys never let me have the call, so that's the fun part. But look, that balance was perfect.
Kansas City with 4 runs versus Sabathia. That's the first time they've done that in 8 years since 2010. We told you he had won the 7 of his last 8 starts against Kansas City. Perez takes him deep. We're still midway through this game, facing a Yankee team that averages close to 6 runs per game. Junis has done his job. And the Royals offense has been opportunistic, taking advantage of 2 mistakes by young second baseman Glaber Taurus, and also being very patient at the plate.
He's talking about the pitch, because all the hitters want to know, what was that pitch that you hit?
Jay fouls it off.
See, because they don't have the replays like we do. But why don't we check out the StatCast? Look at how high and far this went. Yeah, that's a good launch angle. That's got to be in the 30s. Yeah, 37. That's high and far and deep, Fizz. Look at that, 402. And that's 6.1 second hang time.
Yeah, you get to call all the replays. What's the big deal?
That would make Hall of Famer Ray Guy punter happy. And that type of hang time.
And Gerald Wilson.
Yeah.
It was the Chiefs punter back in the day.
Okay, there you go. But he's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh.
Ray Guy is the only punter in the NFL Hall of Fame.
And drafted in the 1st round.
Did you know that?
Back to Salvi.
Okay, sorry.
And CC.
All right.
And John Jay.
Okie dokie.
Jay, good patience, 3-2.
Look at Mike Harkey sitting down there. That's the bullpen coach on the right. Treves, a lefty. Already loose. Mike Harkey and I were teammates with the Angels, Fizz. Back in the day.
John Jay waves at a fastball that was down and away from him and strikes out.
Okay, can you list the guys that we've answered right so you can help me?
I know
what do we
listed Musina, Johnson, Maddox,
CC,
and CC.
Okay.
Did we do
Roger
Clemens?
No.
Okay.
You just they gave you a strike on it. You really didn't want to. That's
sorry,
okay.
Blew up.
That's a good call. Did you call? Did you say the guy that you wanted to? I think you should say it. Did you get Moose?
Yeah, I did. We guessed Moose earlier.
So how many more do we have to get?
That's a line drive right to left, and Brett Gardner will make the catch. But Salvador Perez with a deep blast to left gives the Royals a 4-0 lead over the New York Yankees.
This is the Bronx Bombers. He don't care. He wants to help his team win. Our pizza ranch line on the game for Junis. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits. He had 3 strikeouts. But again, it's the goose eggs that count. That's what you're looking for. Only 1 walk. He's doing a fantastic job with his defense. That was a good play by Whitley, by the way. Made it look easy. And feeling good. Look at that. Executing out of the strike zone. His slider, again, is his main pitch, and it's working pretty nicely tonight. Salvy's helping him. Trying to guide him through the rough waters. But no lead is safe.
As we take a look at our Toyota League leaders, this guy has been unbelievable with getting extra base hits, whether they're doubles, triples, home runs. 499 of his 1,000 career hits are for extra bases. And he gets another swing and a miss, this time on a good sinker.
It's just amazing to watch this guy. He's got tremendous strength, obviously, and it's a lot of it's in his legs. He's got a wide stance, totally closed off. It puts a lot of weight on that front leg right there. A lot of weight. I mean, look at that. It's almost 60%. And can Whitley get this?
Safe.
Oh man,
that is the 3rd infield hit by New York tonight.
So Stanton hit a changeup to Whitley. Look at this. Whitley was running full speed, couldn't get his feet under him, and Stanton looked like he beat it.
That's 3 times tonight Junis has made a quality pitch, and the New York Yankee offense has been fortunate. Twice now by Stanton on an infield hit to the 3rd baseman Mike Moustakas, where the play should have been made, and then an infield hit here. The other one by Aaron Hicks, who hit one off the end of the bat, and a very good pitch away from him, and fastball up. And this is a key time of the game. Jacob Junis, last start out, I told you, pitched very well against Cleveland, but in the 6th inning he struggled a little bit. Third time through the order, the Tribe was 3 for 5 with 2 walks, and they scored 2 runs in that 6th and won the game 6-2. 3 in the left. Only Dozier holding the runner on the right. Snaps that slider across. Boy, that's confidence on a 2-0 count. Tim Hill warming in the KC bullpen. There's Junis right now at 93 pitches. Hit well to left field. Jay is back. Makes the catch. Back to first. Stanton got it off the end of the bat. Whether you're an experienced artist or just a beginner, fans, you can join fellow Royals artists at our second Paint at the Park event. That's Sunday, June 3rd. Enjoy 1 free drink while following an art demonstration from Pino's Palette in our Hall of Fame pavilion. Create a one-of-a-kind piece featuring Slugger before watching the Royals take on the A's. Visit royals.com/paint. Purchase this special theme ticket. 1 big out, and here is Hicks, who's 2 for 2 in the game.
A couple of lob shots tonight, but you know when you're going like that, ooh, look at this, watch out up there. When you're going bad, that's usually how you come out of it. It's just, you know, it's hitting the ball hard sometimes is overrated. A little squibber to the shortstop. A little
I don't think it's ever overrated.
A little dying quail to center. You don't use that term very much. That was back in the day, because you know the good old boys would hunt, you know, in the country, and I gotta believe that the saying was whenever they'd shoot a quail, just kind of fall. That's a dying quail.
He went. So advantage Junis 0-2.
I bet Dizzy Dean in his broadcasting years probably brought that term in.
I think he did.
Yeah. He was a country boy. Fantastic pitcher in his day and broadcaster. Had a southern draw, southern gentleman.
Teased him away with the fastball. Not a bad idea with that fastball away. The way he pulls the baseball, the Royals might get him to ground into an inning-ending double play.
Well, it'd be the first of the year if they could. First of the year for him. Runs well, left side of the plate. Step and a half closer to first.
Just low.
Wow. Ned doing a great job of restraining his tongue.
I'm sorry, that's a strike.
That is right where you want it. Look at Junis saying, really? But he that was his body language saying that. He didn't mouth anything. That's an out.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And the pitcher must get that pitch to be successful.
Their umpires are human. They miss too.
In comes Almonte. And it drops. So a strike that was not called.
Yep.
Hicks' battle continued, and he gets a bloop base hit.
Another one. Okay, that's 3 soft hit balls that he's gotten off of Junis. And now Ned's going to come and get him. And he'd be out of the inning himself, or be close to it, if he'd have got that call. But excellent job.
This is our Chevy call to the bullpen. Great job by Jacob Junis. 5 1/3 shutout, but the guys on base belong to him. Jake Junis getting congratulations for a job well done. Goes 5 1/3 innings and 3 infield hits. I mean, he made tremendous pitches. Yankees a little fortunate and didn't get that one call on that strike.
Cal Eldred, you know what he's saying? I'm reading his lips right there. You made your pitches. That's all you can do. You can't control the results. Good job.
1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Now it's up to Tim Hill to keep this Yankee offense quiet. He will face Neil Walker, fielder batting from the right side, but Hill has been tough on right-handers this year.
He's filthy. He's got a firm fastball that comes. It almost looks like it rises.
Oh man, a base hit, and this will score a run. If that ball is hit a little bit further to the left, it's right at Escobar for an inning-ending double play. Instead, a single by Walker and an RBI attached. So the run will be charged to Junis. It's 4-1.
Yeah, now it's just the 20th at bat from Walker from the right side, but he's aggressive. He's waiting for that first pitch strike, and he got it. He was able to make solid contact, adding to the .321 average with a runner in scoring position.
1st and 3rd still. Andujar, 2 ground outs. Fouled off.
Fastball, slider change is what Hill features.
He
wants the ground ball, but he wants it hit a little firmly, more firmer than that. That's what he wants. Roll it up. Get out of the inning, 1 pitch.
Tim has struck out 12 in his 13 innings of work. Andujar, meantime, will stretch the zone. He has struck out 29 times and walked only 3. So Hill doesn't necessarily have to throw him a strike. But he does. And it's hit deep enough to score the Yankees' 2nd run. So Junis's evening is officially done. Gave up 2 runs in 5 1/3 innings.
See that sidearm motion, just a little bit too much of the elevation there.
Quite frankly, that should have been the last out of the inning. because Junis had struck out Hicks. Strike one.
Glaber Taurus, he has a little bat wrap. He kind of wraps that bat around his head. Sometimes you have a tendency when you come through the hitting zone to loop your swing, pop up the ball. This young man hasn't had any issues with that yet.
Yeah, yet is the key word, because as you have said so many times, that was exactly what I was going to say. So many, we've worked together since 1999.
Is that all? Next year?
I think I've heard humble pie as often as I've eaten cherry pie, which is my favorite.
Hey, look, it awaits all ball players.
Yes, indeed.
Humble pie, man. It doesn't taste very well.
No, it doesn't.
Some get a piece, some eat the whole pie.
The 2-2 is outside, 3-2. Torres 3 home runs, 12 driven in. He's walked, singled in this one. Way inside, and the ball skips away from Salvi. So first and second with 2 out. Hill struggling a bit in this 6th inning.
Folks, download the app, play for free, start your streak, and compete to win $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today in the App Store or on MLB.com/BTS.
Lefty-lefty matchup, Hill versus Gardner. Brett singled his last time up. Strike one. Kevin McCarthy up in the Kansas City bullpen. New York very patient. The Royals have actually walked more in this game, but New York coming in had walked 58 times more than Kansas City. Gardner chops it back to the mound. Hill underhands to Dozier. The inning is over, but the Yankees scored 2 on 3 hits. Fortune smiled on New York in that inning. Royals had a 4-0 lead. Yankees scoring twice. Our sprint trivia question earlier: name the 6 pitchers since 1969 to win 100+ games for multiple teams.
My next guess is El Presidente, Dennis Martinez. Ding, 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 ding.
Wow.
Okay, we got one more. Fizz, it's on you. We can't let the truck win. Come on, give us a guy. 5 seconds.
Okay, go with Kurt Schilling. Nolan Ryan, Houston and California, I'll bet.
Oh, it's Nolan Ryan. There's another Hall of Famer on there. Fizz, shake yourself.
I know. And Holtzy told me we went back to 1969, obviously.
That was an easy question.
You're right. I tried to completely eliminate from my mind those horrible looking rainbow colored uniforms that the Astros used to play. Well, here is our Chevy call to the bullpen. We bring on Chasen Shreve, a left-hander, pitching in his 17th game this year.
Fastball, slider, lefty. He's got a little split finger changeup combination too. He'll work in there.
Pop-up is caught by Andujar. The 6th inning is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Ernest Fernandez from Prairie Village, Kansas. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Ernest will win $1,100. And if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park in this inning, Ernest will win $25,000 from Sonic and the Kansas City Royals. Here is Alcides Escobar, as you have a right-hander now, then a switch hitter and Almonte. And if anybody gets on, back to 3-hit Witt.
27 years young is Shreve, 6'4", 195.
He hails from the Junior College of Southern Nevada. Last time he pitched was Sunday in their win over Oakland, but he did allow a run on 3 hits in 1 inning of work. There are a few guys on the disabled list from their bullpen: Tommy Kahnle, Adam Warren, Sessa. Gregorius, 2 out. Let's go to Joel.
Well, remember last year Salvador Perez had the blonde hair. Now Drew Butera has pink hair. What is going on? Well, this is actually a pretty cool story. A couple of years ago, he met a boy through a friend of the family by the name of Dagan, and Dagan was battling cancer, and so he had a lot of different colors in his hair. He was dyeing his hair, and Drew said, when you kick cancer's butt, he wrote him a note, a contract. When you kick cancer's butt, you can dye my hair any color you want. Dagan is cancer-free. He was here during pregame and batting practice today, and both Drew and his little buddy walking around together with pink hair on the field here at Kauffman Stadium. What a great gesture by Drew Butera. The hair flip will be a little bit more colorful than usual.
It sure will.
Joel, you said that was an interesting story. That's a fabulous story. Way to go, Drew. Way to help you some young men. Now, I haven't talked to Drew about that yet, but I wonder if Drew ran that by anybody in the organization, or maybe asked them what they thought. I mean, because Drew's not the guy that appears to me to be an individual and just say, I'm going to jump out there and do this. So I would bet that he got that covered.
No, but the Royals are an organization that they're always reaching out to help with the community, and I'm sure as soon as Drew said, hey, I've got an idea, they said, yes, let's go do it.
Yep, I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it, but that's really special that you could make that.
I can tell you guys that Ned Yost said that he came into his office, Drew did, and asked, and Ned said, absolutely, what a great idea. So yes, that's Drew saying, look, I'm not trying to draw attention, I'm not trying to rock the boat or do anything crazy, and the Royals saying, yes, we love that you're out there in the community. He's very particular about that hair too. He still to this day thinks he's got better hair than Hosmer. Certainly more colorful now.
Almonte to left field. 3 up, 3 down by Chase Shreve. Kevin McCarthy when we come back. 4-0. 2 runs were charged to him. Meantime, with Merrifield 3 for 3, a couple of runs scored and 3 stolen bases. And Salvador Perez blasted his 6th home run. But the Yankees are a relentless team, and now it's Kevin McCarthy, who hails from New York, who must hold them down.
That's right. Be a big outing for him again. 9 strikeouts and 16 2/3 tells me that he's a pitch to contact guy. That's what he wants to do. He's not going to overpower you, try to strike you out. Heavy sinker. Low to mid 90s, slider, change, curves, got all 4, mainly sinker, slider. Has weapons, but has mound presence, intestinal fortitude.
3-1 record, 3.24 ERA. The Royals have kept Judge quiet. Matter of fact, the 1-2-3 hitters in this Yankee lineup have just 1 hit and 10 times up. Two balls, 1 strike. Play him to pull, and the scouting report says that Judge is a very good low fastball hitter.
Yep. And interesting how Monte's to the offside, up out in center. Outfield's kind of playing a little bit towards right center. Power to all fields. Grand Canyon National Park can't hold this guy.
To short. Nice big hop for Escobar. 1 out. Fans, Fox Sports Kansas City is proud to support the Kansas City Sports Commission Awards Banquet. This year's event takes place on Thursday, June 7th, and honors include Coach of the Year Larry Holly from William Jewell College. For sponsorship and ticket information, go to sportkc.org. Gregorius is 0 for 3, a pair of flyouts and a ground out. And he waves at the first offering. First pitch changeup thrown by McCarthy. Strike 2. New York's 28-12 start is their best 40-game start since 1998, when they opened 31-9, and they finished that year with 114 wins. This is a really good team that Aaron Boone has. And if you include winning the World Series that year, that 98 team won 125 games. Swung on and missed. McCarthy gets a key strikeout. Number 2 out in the 7th inning.
Yeah, it's up to the pin to win for Ned. Changeup's an effective pitch against lefties. Look how it goes down and away, and the change of speed gets the hitter out in front. Excellent job. Junis to the young Hill, Mac, and then now you have Keller out in the pin. So let's see if it all lines up for Ned.
Giancarlo Stanton takes strike 1.
McCarthy. His teammates call him Mac.
Stanton 2 for 3, but both infield hits. Twice Junis made really good pitches on Giancarlo, and he rolled one to third for an infield hit, and then rolled one off the end of his bat on the open side and the right.
Just execute your pitches. I don't know how many times I've heard Ned Yost over the years talk about that. You know, hey, they've got to be able to execute, and they have been.
You just saw the right-hander Dave Robertson warming up in the New York pen, getting ready for the bottom of the 7th inning, when the Royals will have the top of the order coming up. McCarthy again doing a good job, having Stanton down 1 and 2.
hit that spot.
He does.
Wow. That was a Mac attack. Fantastic job. Whitley looking for number 4 tonight. Go ahead.
Look at this swing. This is his major league tying 14th home run. This guy's 5'9", 177, some kind of power.
Fizz, it's all in the hand strength and the bat speed. And that lady, she's proud.
Well, here it's 4-2, and Whit Merrifield has been in the middle of most of the Royals scoring. He doubled, stole a base in the first and scored. He singled, stole a base in the third and scored. He also singled and stole a base in the fourth, but was left stranded. Dave Robertson comes out of the New York bullpen, pitching for the 20th time this year. Still gets a lot of strikeouts. His fastball not as sharp as it once was. It used to be in the mid-90s.
Yep, 33 years young, 87 to 93, maybe a little bit 94. Curveball, changeup. Got a pretty good curve. Whitley, I'm sure he's okay with his hits because he's helping his team win. But I'll tell you, he's probably more proud he's got his uniform dirty. He likes to steal, likes to get dirty.
Fouled off, 0-2. How about this? The 5th player in Royals history with multiple 3-hit, 3 stolen bases games. We're talking Freddie Patek, Amos Otis, Willie Wilson, and Vince Coleman.
Nice category.
And now Whit Merrifield in with some good company. Bill and Kissy Merrifield, you did a great job.
We get to see Amos and Willie tomorrow.
Yep.
Folks, come out and get here early. You're going to don't want to miss the pregame festivities.
And then the 20,000 fans, the first 20,000 will get that George Brett Pine Tar bobblehead memento.
I remember being a young player in the Orioles dugout, watching Willie Wilson run a triple, and the dirt from his cleats was 20 feet high in the air. I was in awe.
You make him sound like he's the road runner.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, no question. He could fly.
Ground ball towards third. Andujar got him.
Oh, Whitley almost had his 4th knock. Yeah, good try. A few more inches to the shortstop side, he'd have had an infield hit. Good play.
Now Soler. And he knocks one to Andahar, who stays down in the baseball and throws out Soler. So 2 out in the 7th. Fans purchase 20 or more tickets for a single game and receive a 20% discount. Group tickets are available for all home games, and groups of 20 or more can save big. Suites and party areas are also available on a nightly basis. So plan your company event or get together with friends or co-workers today. You can email groupsales@royals.com to start planning your next big event. Now Moustakas up, facing a right-hander for the first time. Ball 1.
He's got the walk. Just get him a knock. Stay over 290. He's faced Robertson a couple of times, and Robertson's got the best of him. Struck him out twice.
How about the 22-year-old Rule 5 rookie getting ready for the 8th, Brad Keller?
Why not?
All he has to do is get Gary Sanchez, Aaron Hicks, and Neil Walker out.
208. Yeah, 208 ERA, man. That's,
yep. Oh, he's been nails. That game he had against Cleveland. Oh man, I was watching Brad come off the mound after 3 shutout innings and the Royals victory and tremendous comeback against the Tribe. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I thought these two might have had more confrontations because Robertson was in the White Sox for a while. We play a lot of them in our division, but only twice.
3-2. Yeah, he's throwing more cutters than I've ever remembered him in the past. Ball 4. So Moose has walked twice tonight. It comes with 2 out. That's the 5th walk by a Royal in this game. 4 by CC Sabathia, a season high, and the batter will be Salvador Perez, who launched one his last time up.
Let's check it out. 37-degree launch angle. That means it was a sky-high shot. Ooh, yeah. Both hands. He keeps on the bat for the follow-through. Yankee fan caught that.
Salvi takes strike 1. The 2 RBIs tonight give him 19 for the year. To right field. Judge back. He can't make the play. Moustakas will score. And the Royals have that 3-run lead back. What a huge hit by Salvador Perez.
Good walk by Moose to get on. Now, I thought Salvi might have a chance for a triple, but the ball, he stays inside, and it had tremendous slicing spin towards the right field pole. Judge saw it. He tracks it. He has great ability of speed. His strides get long. He can really run. Now, it didn't go that far. That's why it had so much height on it and spin. It just plugged as it hit the grass, and it didn't go all the way to the wall. If it goes all the way to the wall, Salvi might have gotten a triple out of it. But great insurance run there.
This might be the last chance for John Jay to extend his hit streak to 10 straight games. He's been out on a fielder's choice, reached on an error, and struck out. Opposite field, Gardner chasing it in foul territory, and that will find the seats for a strike and a 1-1 count.
John Jay looking to slice the pole down there. That was close to having home run distance.
Well, he has not hit a home run in 382 at-bats. To go back to July of last year when he last went deep.
How about just a little tweener in between them?
Well, Gardner really shallow and left. John's really hit the breaking ball well during this streak. Hits that one pretty well, but right at the center fielder, Aaron Hicks. But the Royals get a big hit by that man, Salvador Perez, and improve their lead on New York to 5-2.
Nicely done.
Promote Fireworks Friday, and the offense with some fireworks, Monty.
Yeah, really nice to see the offense get things going, and the pitching staff too. Nice job holding down one of the best lineups in all of baseball. But that offense taking advantage of a wild New York pitching staff tonight.
All right, we will talk about that coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. And guys, as Brad Keller comes into the game, got an interesting story from Clint Frazier, one of the Yankees outfielders. They would go up against each other every single year in high school. But Frazier told me that of all the big names in the Georgia area, Austin Meadows and Frazier, Matt Olson, Byron Buxton, no one knew a thing about Brad Keller. 88 as a junior, not on the scene. Suddenly he was throwing 95 as a senior. Best pitcher in the region. Guys?
Thank you very much, Joel. And Brad Keller did admit that to me during spring training. He said, you know, my junior year I was rather chubby, and then my senior year I just seemed to blossom, grow up. He is from Flowery Branch High School in the state of Georgia. That's where the Atlanta Falcons
blossomed from Flowery Branch.
Yep, that's why I threw that in there.
Okay,
that was for you, Hud.
6'5", 230, I'll say. Go ahead with that heater.
He just grew up, and obviously his fastball went from the mid to upper 80s into the 90s, and he became a 8th-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2013. Now facing Gary Sanchez. And Sanchez drives this one to left, but there's John Jay reaching up and making a nice running catch.
Wow. Sanchez is saying, I missed that by a quarter of an inch. I would have hit a homer. But it's surely extra bases. But John Jay made that play look easy, and that's the most difficult play an outfielder has. Right over your head, line shot. You got to read the spin. Had he not broke on contact, that's extra bases. Excellent read. Tremendous athleticism. Now, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Jim Edmonds. Obviously, Edmonds had gold, you know, and he wore gold, but wasn't the speediest of guys, but took excellent jumps and was always in the right place at the right time. That's what I'm talking about as far as athleticism. Good job by Jay.
Yeah, John has shown his ability to play all three outfield spots well this year for Kansas City. Now Hicks, who is 3 for 3. 2 singles to center and then an infield hit, and he came in ice cold, just 2 for his previous 21 last week.
Yep. Keller is going to go mid to upper 90s. Slider, changeup. Those are his pitches. More fingers usually mean off speed.
Gets the swing and the miss and the slider. He still has that good fastball, mid to upper 90s. We've seen him touch 98 at times. '97 a bit outside. That will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Salvi says, let's go back to the fastball. And he struck him out.
Exactly what you do. Attack the strike zone. And that's why Keller's getting that 8th inning roll now. Perfect. Paint on the black. Hicks, you got to go.
Neil Walker got a big hit his last time up off of Tim Hill, singling to left field, and that scored Giancarlo Stanton for the first run of the game for New York. That hurt. Yeah, that's that same area he has that protection on, where he took a foul ball the other day. One of the toughest guys we've seen. Plays through a lot of pain.
Royals have 3 in their lineup for sure that are pretty tough. Salvi, Eske, Gordon. These guys are all mask pain very well. Not to say the other guys aren't. It's just that we see these guys play under all kinds of stuff. Especially Escobar. Hasn't missed a game, what, a few years?
Yep. Longest active streak by a shortstop since Cal Ripken Jr. And that one's pulled to the right side. Witt there. Shovels it. Got him. Keller. The Yankee killer in the 8th.
Fantastic job. Attack the zone. 1, 2, 3.
Royals baseball on Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. And by Ford, going further so you can. A lot of smiles in that Royals dugout right now. They lead it 5-2 going to the bottom of the 8th. They'd love to add more against these New York Yankees. Cal Eldred talking with Brad Keller about the job he did. 1-2-3, top of the 8th. And our Pepsi fan of the game right there. She is into it. I think she just said, I hope he hangs a slider to Hunter Dozier. Popped up, right side. Will there be room? Nope. There was room, but there was a miscommunication between Walker and Sanchez. And that's just a strike to Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter likes that.
No play.
But do the best you can if you're a first baseman and try to call the catcher off. You know, and so you got to get that catcher out of there. Had he been out of there, I bet Walker could have caught it.
By the way, 26,432 on hand tonight. Jonathan Holder coming out of the bullpen.
Opponent's not doing much off him. 205, 12 strikeouts in 12 1/3 innings. He features a low to mid 90s fastball, good slider curve combination.
He has Dozier down 0-2. And then strikes him out with a four-seam fastball inside. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals. Good crowd on hand tonight. Buck night at the ballpark. $1 hot dogs and peanuts. And after the game, a great fireworks show.
It's a good one.
Every Friday home game, fans, till the end of summertime. Bring your kids on down. Watch a great fireworks show and a terrific baseball game by your Kansas City Royals.
You know, I don't even want to hear you talk about the end of summer because it just got here and it's beautiful out.
Oh,
leaves,
man, we've had great weather this week.
Unbelievable. All right, let's see what if Alex can do some two-strike hitting here.
Alex swings and misses at a fastball up, and Holder has struck out the first two Royals that he's faced.
Yeah, now on high fastballs, that's effective pitch. Because it looks good, just enough up out of the zone that you can't catch it. You can't hit it.
He was the Yankees' 6th-round pick 4 years ago out of Mississippi State. Kelvin Herrera getting ready for the 9th, and he will face hitters 8, 9, and 1. That means Andahar, Torres, and Gardner. Strike one. Not much has gone wrong for the Yankees ever since they had that 500 record on April 21st. 9-9 record. Since that time, 19-3. Escobar in the alley. That'll drop for a hit. And Esky on for the first time.
There's a spinner. It stayed up though, and Esky, nice piece of hitting. Good head position. Not trying to do too much. Slight back leg bend.
Well, the last inning, the Royals got a clutch 2-out base hit after Mike Moustakas had walked. Perez doubled in Moose to give the Royals a 5-2 lead. Now it's Almonte's chance with 2 out and 1 on. Strike 1. Holder has not allowed an earned run in 8 games since being recalled on April 21st, that same day when they started to get hot.
He's dealing.
19-3 is the team since he was called up. And he has retired now 30 of the 32 batters he's faced.
Yeah. And you know, he reminds me a little bit of Keller. I mean, he has similar. He's 6'4". Excuse me, 6'3", but
doesn't have the same velo on his fastball.
No, not quite, but
center field for Aaron Hicks. That'll do it, and it's time for Kelvin Herrera. Kelvin Herrera comes out of the bullpen. The Royals have led by 4 and now by 3, and Herrera is tied for 7th in the American League with 8 saves and 9 chances. He did suffer his first loss of the year Tuesday night, allowing the go-ahead run in the 9th inning.
Gonna happen at times. Are you kidding me? This is the big leagues. It's gonna happen. Opponents only hitting .203 off of Herrera. Heavy strikeouts. Look at the walks. How many? Nil. None. Attacking hitters this year with his great stuff. Fastball, mid to upper 90s, slider change. Very extremely confident closer this year.
Different look in his face than 1 year ago in 2017. It's like, this is my job.
Exactly. He's grown up. It's his turn to take it.
That ball hit pretty well to left field. John Jay backing up near the warning track.
That's a can of corn.
1 big out. And Herrera historically has pitched well against these Yankees with a 2.53 ERA in 10 games. Facing the kid Glaber Taurus, who's been on all 3 times with a single and 2 walks. He'll take strike 1 as Herrera immediately is aggressive with a 3-run lead and 2 outs to go. One ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow night at 6:15. Fans, you better get here early because that's the game. They're giving away that George Brett bobblehead from the Pine Tar game.
And the ceremony before the game.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic too.
important Royals players in their past.
To center field, Abraham Almonte. He says he has it. He does. 1 out to go. So the crowd of 26,432 rises up out of their seats.
Royals fans are loving this one. We've seen a little bit of it all. Great starting pitching, timely hits, and the pin to win.
And how about the job Jacob Junis has done? And he has been the man who's been breaking these losing streaks. In 15 career starts following a Kansas City loss, Junis is 7-3, and the Royals are 11-4. He could go to 8-3 and 12-4.
I'll be
strike 2.
Yeah, I'll be excited to hear what Junis says on the postgame show with Goldie and Monty.
Because he really had to work hard through this outstanding offensive lineup. Herrera needs 1 more strike. Fouled off. Struck him out.
What a job. El Toro. Ole. That's the way to go, Fizz. we got to win. It's beautiful, especially the first one of the 3. Chance to get a series now. Win one of the next 2. Good job by Junis. Man, that's outstanding. Timely hits, and the defense was special too. Whitley with a nice play. Heck, the pin to win. Very impressive how Ned lined up his bullpen to get out there. Hill, McCarthy, Keller,
but I want
Herrera.
to go back to the first inning, because at the start of the show, Hud, you said it was so important to shut out the Yankees first inning, and Junis went 1, 2, 3 in that first.
Don't let them score. It's been a problem, but I'll tell you what, taking the lead first is important too, because coming in, the Yankees, when the opponents took the lead, were 7-9. Now they're 7-10 when you get out ahead of them. That's going to be the key the rest of the weekend.
The Royals really playing well in this one from the very start. We talked about the pitching by Junis, then Hill, then McCarthy, then Keller, and finally Kelvin Herrera. And Joel is with one of the stars of the game.
Yeah, Whit Merrifield was involved in this one all night long. Whit, I just want to ask you about being able to get that lead in the first inning. You guys have been playing behind a little bit, but to be able to hold them to 0 and then come right out, how big was that for the confidence?
Yeah, it's always big when you can jump on the board first. Junis did a great job the first inning, going 1, 2, 3, and we answered the first, got on the board early, and tacked on a little bit a couple innings later. And Junis did his part. The bullpen did their part. We played a good game.
You've had the chance to see Jacob now pitch every 5 days. What is it about him where he has the ability to stop some of those losing streaks? He's done it quite a bit.
He's just a competitor, man. He really is. He goes out, he fights. He pitches well. He's got great stuff. He trusts it. I'm getting nervous.
He's coming now. He was busy with a radio interview, so here you go. Uh-oh. You guys can't boo Salvi. Come on. All right, good moves there, too. You've been eluding people all night long. Back to Junis's composure.
Yeah, he's rock solid. He's been solid for us for the last 2 years. I mean, he pounds his zone, he trusts his stuff, he trusts his defense, and there's a lot of outings like this for Junis, so we love it when he throws.
And how about for you, too? You were on base all night long, you were running, you were stealing bases. How much of that is part of the game plan going in? How much is just reading things as they come?
As part of it, you know, like I said before, when I get on base, I like to cause havoc, and you know, take it when you can get it. Fortunate tonight, I had had 3 of them, and there were good opportunities and took advantage. So that's my job as the leadoff guy.
Nice job tonight. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Whit Merrifield with a big night, and now a chance for everyone to enjoy some fireworks.
Thank you very much, Joel. And Jacob Junis with the win. Kelvin Herrera gets the save. The Royals win at 5-2, and that 5-game losing streak is history. We'll be right back.